right, and this is our comedy segment. As you guys know, we like to showcase some comedians in town, and this time we have Ming, the fantastic, fabulous Ming.
Yes, thank
All
you.
right, so give it up for Ming, everybody.
Thank you. So I don't like my dad, and he used to beat me up a lot when I was younger. And the one thing that I want to do when I grow up is to be bigger than him, so that I could beat him up. And then he got cancer, which makes it easier. So something about my dad. He was very tall for his time and his nutritional intake, and I'm also very tall for my time. No, actually, but yeah, he used to buy me like baby food in a jar, like that's very fancy. I got the Nestle baby food in a jar. Everyone else only gets like porridge cooked with their grandmother's love, and I'm taller than all of them. So grandmother's love versus Nestle. Nestle wins. Yeah, Nestle wins. Yeah. To get the money for the baby food in a jar, my dad went to Russia, to sell some clothes. That is not a euphemism for anything. He actually did went there to sell some clothes. And I used to think, because he went to Russia during the 90s, so I used to think that obviously he must have done something with the Russian mob. So one day I just asked my dad, like, so Dad, did you do anything illegal when you were in Russia? He said no, but he said that for business reasons, a lot of times he has to enter a very seedy place. The people in there, they do smuggling, they do like a lot of like very shady activities, you know. If you go in there, like, you're not sure, like, it's very easy for you to be corrupted, and you're not sure, like, whether or not you're not gonna like come out in one piece. It is called the Vietnamese embassy in Moscow. So when I was younger, my mom would like often tell my dad to help me out with my homework. And the way that he would like help me out is that I would be sitting at the table doing my homework, and he'll be like lying in bed, not helping, and just like talking to his friends about cockfighting on the phone. He loves cockfighting. He loves cockfighting so much he even bets on gay porn.
Oh, that type.
Yeah, to see who will come out on top. So the entire time I was like, I was doing my homework, and my dad was just like lying in bed talking about cockfighting or whatever. I was just thinking like, well, at least you're taking this education thing as seriously as I am.
He's learning.
Yeah. My dad doesn't have like a real job for like the entire time that I know him, so to speak. What he does is like he would like sit at a computer and just look at stocks to see whether or not they go up and down, and then for like Monday to Fridays, and then during his weekend he would go off to his cockfighting ring. He likes schemes. He likes schemes to get rich, and us Vietnamese, we love like getting rich schemes, especially real estate, and then the housing market here. The thing about that is like everyone loves like buy a house and just like hope for like the price to go up, like speculations, in order to like get rich that way. So like the house price here like skyrockets very quickly, and facing with like a shortage of affordable housing, the Vietnamese government decided to invent the genre of music known as Vina House. That way, not everyone could buy a house, but everyone could have Vina House. It's the only way to get cheap house to everybody.
Yeah.
But I really think that us Vietnamese, we should like embrace our scheme-loving nature. Because when you think about it, the Asian doctor's lane, or like the Asian lawyer's lane, or like the Asian accountant's lane, those lanes are full. But the Asian dodgy businessman lane, there's space. I think it's between us and the Macau people was gonna like battle it out for like that lane. And Macau is not a real country. It's a casino. We could take them.
Yeah.
So, look, I've been talking about my dad for like a bit now, but we haven't looked at like how's he doing with the cancer. So, how's he doing with that? Well, not great, but I think I could cheer him up. So one day I just like show up to like the hospital, just like unannounced, and bring a bunch of like my videos of me doing comedy with me, because the thing that you should do once you like get into like a hobby is just like bombard all of your friends and family with like videos and like pictures of you doing the thing, just so that they could know how much of a fun time they are not having. So my dad watches all these videos of me doing comedy, and afterwards he said that, Minh, listen, the people who are on Vietnamese TV doing comedy, they are awful. They're not great. They're horrible. But you are worse than them. Please quit. I survived an American, I get to see like an American bombardment. I lived through the 80s. I lost a lot of money on the stock market. But I got cancer. But your comedy is the most painful thing that has happened to me so far.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. And then like 2 weeks later, he died. The doctor was like, "Oh, your dad got his condition got way worse after your visit. My comedy was so bad it killed my dad."
Oh, shit.
So if you don't find me funny, I'm just saying that there are worse things that could be happening to you than just having your night ruined.
Yeah.
But listen. Listen. So I tell my dad like like my jokes, then he tells me that I'm awful and that I should quit, and then afterwards he dies of disgust, right? That's like the ultimate 1-star review. It's not even like 1 star, it's like -5 stars. I think my dad was just like, I should probably die before he embarrasses himself on national television. Or worse, on TikTok. He's gonna do it anyway, but at least I don't have to be here to see it. So, a lot of people ask me, and like, so Minh, your dad is, he died, how do you feel? There was like, there is no wrong answer. Just like, tell us how you feel. And I said, my dad died and I feel, And turns out there is one wrong answer. And I've managed to pick it. I picked the one wrong answer. And everyone's like, so what, do you not like your dad? It's like, I don't, but at the same time, like, I'm like 20, 27, 28 now. I feel like I should probably let it go, Yeah. And everyone's like, so do you love your dad? And it's like, well, he beats me up, but he also buys me baby food in a jar. Nestle brand. Now that he's dead, who's gonna buy me baby food now? Granted, I'm 28 and I should probably stop thinking about baby food, but one time I actually buy like a jar of like baby food, then because I want to like try it out to see like
what it I am curious as well what it tastes like.
What it's like. What is it about it that I love so much? So I bought it and just like have like a spoonful of it, and the first thing that I taste is like it's like nostalgia. It reminds me of like the good things that my dad could do for me sometimes. It also tastes like bananas. It mostly tastes like bananas, actually. The nostalgia is like, it tastes like sweet, which is not like my dad, and it leaves a weird aftertaste, which is exactly like my dad. I tried to have that put on like his gravestone. It's just like Minh's dad, like 1960 to like 2020, he leaves a weird aftertaste, but they wouldn't let me. So my dad's mistress actually showed up to the funeral. Actually. No, we talk. We just talk like normal people, you know. Like she just asked me like, so what is it that you do for a living? And I was like, let's talk about you. Where did you meet my dad? Oh, at a coffee shop. Oh, that's nice. Oh, you thought like he has more money than he actually has. Well, me too. Yeah. And we get along fine. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, but it's like it's the same. The only thing that was like just as awkward as that is when I met like the math teacher that I called a massive dickhead like years ago, and then I run into him as like a grown adult because like we get along fine, but there's like an obvious elephant in the room that I feel like we must address, and it's the same thing with the mistress. So I try to address the elephant in the room. So, did my dad pleases you in bed? No.
No.
But okay, so upon hearing this answer, a thought pops into my head. It's like, you know, I really never get to beat up my dad, but there is another way that I could get back at him. Miss, would you like to get in bed with me? She said no. One family member is enough. Okay, so listen. I know like all of the dad stuff is like really depressing, and not a lot of you probably. Well, there's not a lot of you here in general, but like, you know, people generally don't want to hear it. So the only thing that, you know, I could hope to do about the situation is to just like distract you with jokes and stupid things, you know, and hopefully like you don't think too much about the heaviness of the situation, because that's how I cope with it, you know. With that being said, anyone here uses Tinder? I love Tinder. It's a great way to start a fire.
Oh, yeah.
Also, speaking of which, setting someone on fire is a great way to get to know someone. They look hot. They smell nice. And you get to see their dance moves.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Good.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Nice ring.
Yeah, thank you. That's fine.
Cool. Thank you, Ming, for
Thank you,
coming on.
Thank you.
All right. This is the Hard Way Hanoi. Here's some more independent music for you. Here we go.
No doubt, street the hard way.
The hard way.
You're running my back way. Better try seeing these moves, dancing day by day. Before let me blows, come chase it in the mind. Get these rambling moves. These days I run so blind, sun shines on through. Oh, see me somewhere. Oh, see me true. No better not see me somewhere. Oh, better not see me blue. in a trace 1,000 times, and these days will run astray, and I find my heart won't die. I just wanna lose my mind, dance or two. Oh, sing me something. Oh, sing me true. You better now sing me something. Oh, you better now sing me true. Falling down, 'cause this head flies so far off the ground. Strange how we lay many guns ahead, 'cause it's in these dreams I'm seeing lots of death. So sing me something.